Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be joining in another secular collab video, and this one's pretty exciting. This is the homeschool curriculum picks for 2023-2024 school year. This collab video is hosted by Cassie from Regular Secular Mama. I'll make sure to link the playlist down below for you. So I'm going to be dividing my videos into multiple videos because I have multiple kids. If you're new here, I have a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So I'll be dividing it up by age, grade level, and then also family subjects will be my very last video. So make sure you check out the playlist below, see what everybody else is sharing. Also make sure you check because I will be having multiple videos on the playlist as well. So this first video I'm going to be doing is preschool. I have a 3.5-year-old son, and I will link up above preschool resources, the things we did before that, and kind of quickly my philosophy with that is if they show interest, then we start. If they don't show interest, then we start at around 5. So all of my kids have shown interest in learning and a more formal type of education before 5, so that's never been an issue. And I have to say, my third child is probably the one who's shown the interest the earliest. Like I said, he's 3.5. So we did do some preschool things over the summer. I'll link that above in the preschool resources. But now we're going into actual preschool. And there are a couple of things I wanted to keep in mind when doing this. So this is my third time doing preschool. I did preschool with my 10-year-old. I did preschool with my 6-year-old. Now it's my last child's turn, and I'm pretty excited to be doing preschool for the last time. I'm not one of those that really enjoy those preschool kindergarten years. I much prefer the higher level grade levels. But that being said, I've done it. This is my third time. So I know what I like, what I don't like, and also I need to be mindful of my time constraints because I do have 2 older kids that I'm working with. And although my soon-to-be 5th grader is becoming more independent, my 6-year-old still definitely needs me a lot one-on-one. So I wanted to be mindful going into this year, knowing that I have a limited span of time to work from, so I can't go overboard. Like I did, like with my oldest, we did it all. And that's okay because we had the time. But my youngest, I have to be realistic on what I can accomplish in the allotted time I have. That, and I'm not going to overwhelm him like I did with my oldest because it's preschool, it's a learning environment, it doesn't have to be crazy hyper scheduled or anything like that. Well, I am going to show you my schedule because that's just how I work, but it doesn't have to go overboard. So that's my mindset going into preschool, and I'll be sharing the curriculum and the resources I'm using for that, and I'm actually going to flip the camera around to give you a better view of when I go through each of these things. So the first resource I'll be using as our main curriculum, and it's the same curriculum I've used for all of my kids, and that is a letter of the week curriculum. And I will link it down the playlist below, but again, I bought this 7 years ago. It is done by Confession of a Homeschooler, letter of the week curriculum. So I have it divided in these folders. As you can see, it's ginormous because it has every single letter, but it's divided by the alphabet, so it's alphabetically listed. So I just, for week A, I pull out week A, but I did want to give you an idea of what those weeks look like. So I just pulled this chunk out of letter C. So you can see here, past me was very nice to future me. I planned out all of our activities. I planned out what books I need. I was very smart in the past and wrote down any materials we would need for that week and any supplemental things I added. So you can see it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it looks like a lot, but it's simple things, and I will show you some of the activities. So for example, for Caterpillar, or C, we did Eric Carle, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and that's one of the activities we will be doing, and it's one of the books we'll be reading. So there's a lot of tracing pages, fine motor skills. I also do introduce, along with each letter, a number and a shape for the week, so that is included and already pre-sorted. There are, of course, matching activities, and there's pattern activities. I do have the letter tiles, and we just use these. They do have printables ones you can use as well and just print off, but I just used the Melissa and Doug letters, and we've, again, had this for 7 years. This is what I used for my 10-year-old. And this is kind of graphing, so they would count and then they fill it in. You can see these are already in sheet protectors because, again, I use these for multiple children. And technically I could probably take them out of sheet protectors and just have my son use the papers, but I feel like I would rather pass this on now when we finish it to another family so they can use all of this. So this is when we go through the Hungry Caterpillar book and activity, we'll be graphing that. There is a caterpillar lacing activity, so for fine motor skills. We have a dice game. We also have, for this, the Melissa and Doug shapes as well. This, I believe, is they make their letters, so they decorate it however they want to be, where they do the dot markers. This is for a game, so it's a caterpillar, and I use this with my Cricut machine. And it's, I'm guessing since it has numbers, it is a counting game. How many caterpillars on the leaf? Large, medium, and small, so size shorting. This is, I really like these because, again, it's in a sheet protector, so we just take a dry erase marker and they have to circle all the C's they see in this sentence, which I think is really nice. So it's letter recognition, dot-to-dot worksheets, a puzzle, so they get to make a caterpillar. And this is for a counting game we do, I remember, at the end of the letter, or at the end of the week. Another tracing page. This is one of those poke pages if you want to poke them. Another letter matching. It does have lowercase and uppercase as well. I usually just do one though. And then another game, activities. As you can see here, it's a lot of activities, but it's spread throughout the week, and it makes it really fun. And the fact that it's all put together and completed, I'm really excited about, especially since, like I said, this is my third child. I would not have the time to go through and honestly sort and figure out all the resources I would use. So that's really exciting. And as you can see in here, I have different activity books. So for example, this is one of the activity books we use. Can you find, so it has every letter. So if we were on C, we would read this, and then we go over all the things in the picture that start with C. So that is really helpful. I'll show some of the other activities books we do to go along with that. So with every letter, we do the chicka chicka boom boom. And I bought this, again, 7 years ago, and it was a set. So it was the CD, the book, and then, I might have to adjust you guys so you can see this. This is the tree. Now, someone asked me recently where I got it. I don't remember because it's been so long, but when I looked them up now, they're like super expensive. I paid, I think, $35 for my set 7 years ago. But what's nice is that when we do a letter of the week, these are Velcro, I have whoever's doing it put the letter on. So my son will have to add to his chicka chicka boom tree every week to celebrate learning that letter. So that is something we do with letter of the week. Some of the books we use. This is a big hit, and you can see I got it from Goodwill for $3, and it's a simple Cheerio book where they can add the missing Cheerios. My son loves this book. He does it almost daily. So I highly suggest that as like an activity, fine motor skill as well. We really like this Everyone Counts by Mark Brown. I'm a big fan of Mark Brown, but just, supplemental counting books. But my son really likes the trucks and stuff in this, so this is one of his favorites as well. Also be using, this is always a hit. And again, I get all my books used. So it's just they get to turn the wheel and it's counting. And then something we'll be incorporating more towards the, I think, end of his preschool year is this Can You Find Me book, building thinking skills, reading math, science, social studies. So it's like almost a logic thing. So they have to circle the clue. So sometimes it's like a mystery or a rhyme, so you have to figure out which is which out of the animals. So I think he'll be more ready for that towards the end of the year. One thing we also incorporate with the Letter of the Week curriculum is Leapfrog. Leapfrog is an awesome resource. So for Letter of the Week, I really utilize Letter Factory, and it goes through, Tad goes through each room in the Letter Factory, and he learns what the sound the letters make. So it's a really visual way of learning, but it's also all my kids. I swear to God, this is how they learn their phonics, because it's just a really awesome way for kids to remember. And they make a variety of videos, and we've, of course, done lots of them. So we'll probably be utilizing these two this year and these in the future, but don't leave out Leapfrog. It's an awesome resource. I really enjoy the videos. I know a lot of libraries have them as well, so we'll be doing that. One of the other activities we do is we have a tracing book if you'd like to work on the letters. And in the back, it does have numbers as well. So this is just a dry erase tracing book. And again, all of this was from previous years. The only thing I bought new for preschool this year was this. And that's because I really we did Kate Snow Math with Confidence Kindergarten with my 6-year-old. I really liked the program, and I think it's a very gentle early introduction. So I wanted to get this because there are math activities in the Letter of the Week curriculum, but I wanted to do a little more hands-on counting, and I think the way she introduces stuff is just awesome. So we'll be picking some activities out of this to do as well, and I think you'll really enjoy that. The only other activity we'll be doing, of course, is calendar time. So we'll bring out the calendar. I found this at a outlet store near me, and came with all the months, days, all that. So we'll be, of course, utilizing calendar time, days of the week, months of the year, things like that. But as you can see, this is the only thing I bought, and I think this was $13 on Rainbow Resources. That's the only thing I bought, so I'm really excited that I've had all these resources. So for homeschoolers out there that are just starting out, buying things, know that a lot of this stuff will work itself down the line of your children, and it's so much easier when everything's already prepared. And that's one of the things, you don't have to constantly be switching curriculums. Picking things that last is really helpful, and that's something I take into account, especially with higher priced homeschool curriculums. Is this something I can pass down to my other children? So we have hit it. We have hit the spot where I'm going through the last child, and I'm really excited about that. Outside homeschooling, what he will be doing for his extracurriculars at 3.5 is we do preschool story time at the library, and that's a craft and a story and playing with other kids, so he'll enjoy that. And of course, he participates in our co-op as well, which I'll talk more about in our family subjects, but that is my plan for my 3.5-year-old. It's nothing crazy, and it does seem like a lot of different resources, but I'm planning on maybe 45 minutes a day, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, depending on how he does. But it will be, I think, because everything's already prepared, I've done it all before, it's going to be quick, and it's going to be fun to go through it the last time. So if you have any specific questions about preschool or anything I showed here, leave them in the comments below. If not, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. My next one that I'll be putting up will be, so this is the order I plan on doing. Monday will be preschool, Tuesday will be 1st, 2nd grade for my 6-year-old, Wednesday will be my 5th graders, and Thursday will be group subjects. And I'm just splitting that up because it would be a super long video if I put them all together, and that way you can just watch what age ranges or family subjects, what you want to watch. So, like I said, leave comments down below if you have any questions. If not, thank you for watching.